Ladies and gentlemen, Lee's gonna stop at this with one last video. Gonna take off my shoes. Melina. Alright guys, Melina's happy, darling. Melina's very happy indeed. Alright guys, Melina. Now guys, years ago, I never really, not that I wasn't like I hated drag queens. I never ever hated drag queens. And I thought some of them were really, really good and really cool. But before when I was younger, I didn't feel, like when somebody was a drag queen, I just automatically assumed they wouldn't look good as a male, or they lived a certain way, they always dated that way, or they were always a woman, or they did things differently. So, when somebody gives me hate on being a drag queen, which I sort of am, I don't identify as it, but I sort of am. So some people might say, oh, you're a drag queen, this and that. And they might think of me as certain ways. And if you see me as Marco, I look like an A-list male celebrity, right? And I'm gorgeous. But some people are very stuck on the fact that I'm a drag queen. Now, I think in general, we all are getting better with drag queens. And a lot of drag queens are very, very famous, millionaires, doing exceptionally well, look great, super gorgeous on RuPaul's Drag Race. It's getting so much better for trans and drag queens everywhere. And like I said, some are thriving and doing amazing and really famous, and people want to date them all the time, and they're so good, right? But in general, back in the day, it was, not as common to see a drag queen. Like RuPaul was like the only one, really. But were others, but it was sporadic and it wasn't as common to see, right? But RuPaul's Drag Race, there's tons, right? There's always a new season on even Canada's Drag Race. There's always a new season, lots of drag queens to see, lots of drag queens. So it's not like it's an art that's dying anytime soon. It's thriving. There's tons of drag queens, and then YouTubers and TikTokers dressing in drag. There's so many of them now that it's getting popular, very, very popular, and they're always trending. Anyway, I want to say that before I would just assume things, I would just assume they're always like that or whatever. And I had friends that were drag queens at that time even, right? Like transgender even had exchanges. One person that I was friends with, I always liked her because she was always really, 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 really pretty as a girl. So I never really felt, that she was doing anything wrong or that she was really not a good person, because I liked how she looked. I thought she was amazing, and I was never like that judgmental. I knew deep down I was supportive, but I just always thought, oh no, he's a drag queen. But there's so many nowadays that I do drag and look like Melina and do Melina videos. I find that so many drag queens and so many transgender people that are so nice and so sweet and so pretty and so good. Now, like I said, when I was younger, I did like some drag queens a lot. Some were really pretty, or performed really well, or had really good personality, so I never felt, that it was a bad thing. But in general, we can all have that stigma, right? Now, so when people say to me, oh, you're a drag queen, you're this and that, you must be this, you must be that, they just make all these stupid assumptions, and it's like, normally I'm a guy, I date both men and women, like, I'm like drop dead gorgeous. I do whatever I want. I have no issues with that, right? So it's like people don't really understand that I'm not this in my personal life. Some people will be disappointed and some people will think, oh, that's great, But in general, it's like when you're making negative comments about me doing drag, this is my persona on here, and I'm supportive of trans and drag queens because I know how hard it must be to be and have people having exchanges, because I know how hard people must be treating you sometimes. But, it's like I'm very, very, oh, one second, guys. I'm very, very happy as a man. Anyway, bye now.